Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie and I am a Bachelor of Social Work student who is doing my student placement at For a Safer Space. Today I will be talking about the book American Born Chinese by Jin Wang and we'll be looking at pages 37 to 85. Last week I talked about pages 7 to 37 and introduced the stories of Jin Wang, a Chinese American student at Mayflower Elementary, and the Monkey King, a folkloric story about a monkey who no longer wants to be a monkey but a god instead. We explored the topics of race, racism, discrimination, marginalization, and identity. Today, we will be looking at pages 37 to 85. And just a reminder to the listeners, the book doesn't have chapters. However, they have sections where each separate narrative cut off. I have ended today's reading at where I feel the narrative comes to a natural end, and will pick it up where I left off next week. So the story starts off with Jin Wang. After Jin's friend Peter leaves to Pennsylvania and never returns, another student from Taiwan named Wen Chen Sun arrives 2 months later. When the teacher introduces Wen Chen, he gets his name wrong and says he is from China. This is similar to when Mrs. Greeter introduced Jin Wang when he first arrived to Mayflower Elementary. Jin wants to beat up Wei Chen, and when Wei Chen tries to speak to Jin in Mandarin during lunch, Jin tells him to speak English instead because they're in America. Wei Chen wants to be friends, but Jin says he already has enough friends. Defeated, Wei Chen pulled out a monkey robot transformer to play with during lunch, and Jin asks in Mandarin if he can play with him too. The two then become best friends. Here we see the themes of social pressure, racial discrimination, and assimilation. Jin's first reaction is that he wants to beat up Wei Chen, and then Wei Chen speaks Mandarin to Jin during lunch, and Jin reminds him to speak English although he speaks Mandarin just fine. Here we see Jin putting the same social pressure on Wei Chen to assimilate that the bullies first put on him when he was new. The transformer toy they play with represent the themes of transformation when Jin speaks in Mandarin, probably for the first time ever at school, and becomes friends with Wei Chen. The book turns to the third storyline with Qin Qi, the boy known as the ultimate negative Chinese stereotype who keeps ruining his cousin Danny's life. Danny is told by his mom that his cousin Qin Qi is coming to visit. And Qin Qi comes in shouting with a heavy Chinese accent, "Hero America," as he wears traditional Chinese clothing. His skin is yellow, and his luggage is Chinese restaurant takeout containers. Qin Qi is about to join Danny at school tomorrow, and Danny is very nervous about the idea. Here, again, we see the themes of racial discrimination and social pressure. Although nobody else seems bothered by Qin Qi, Danny is very embarrassed by his cousin, a visible minority that does not adhere to American societal norms. In fact, Qin Qi symbolizes the extremes of Chinese stereotypes and anti-Chinese sentiment that is perpetuated in our society. The book returns to the Monkey King. After the dinner party in heaven, the Monkey King tells all the monkeys that they must wear shoes, and then he locks himself underground in his chamber. There he trains in Kung Fu and learns how to withstand fire, cold, drowning from water, and wounds from swords. He also learns how to take on different forms, to grow larger, smaller, create clones, and shapeshift. When he leaves his chamber, he looks more human-like. He is taller and stronger and wearing shoes. A scroll had arrived from heaven convicting the Monkey King of trespassing upon heaven when he tried to enter the heavenly dinner party, and thus he must be sentenced to death for his actions. The Monkey King says that the Monkey King no longer exists and that he must now be called the great, safe, equal of heaven. After going around to threaten and intimidate the other gods, goddesses, demons, and spirits, Tse decides to do something about the Monkey King. Tse is a large old man with a long gray beard and with a long red robe and carries a cane. Tse asks the Monkey King why he is so angry, and the Monkey King replies that he is not a monkey. But Tse says that of course he is a monkey, because he created him, and he created him as a monkey. Tse tells the Monkey King that all of his works are wonderful and that he doesn't make mistakes. The Monkey King is meant to be a monkey, and that's who he shall be. However, the Monkey King doesn't care and tries to fight him. As a result, Tse buries the Monkey King under fallen rocks, where he then lays for 500 years. This storyline also looks at the themes of transformation. The Monkey King tries to find himself a new identity that is more satisfactory while pushing away from his identity as a monkey. Meanwhile, he also pushes away from his monkey subjects. He does this to try to protect himself from future humiliation and attacks. However, as punishment for not accepting his true identity, the Monkey King is imprisoned under a pile of rocks. Here we can see throughout the storyline themes of identity and acceptance depicted throughout. So that's the end of this week. I hope you liked the book so far. Next week I will cover the next sections from pages 87 to 131. Thanks for listening and stay tuned.